grandfather worked here as an iron worker all his life. My father worked here 44 years in the foundry, so we're 4 generations. We're here because of steel and coal. That's why we're here. My father and I walked to work my very first day here. I was remarking to my father, what is this blue-green gasoline-smelling liquid that's flowing in the brook? And my dad said, well, that's just from the coke ovens. No further response, so I figured that was normal. The watershed area was just a natural place for the metals to settle out. And after 112 years, it gets to be quite an accumulation in the middle of a city.
All of the hazardous materials that used to come off of that making steel, that's what created the tar ponds.
There's a great feeling of accomplishment in this project. I really think that when the community actually sets foot on this, they're really going to appreciate it. It was time for a cleanup. Something had to be done. This wasn't a step-by-step Lego operation. There were issues along the way, and there was a lot of controls, a lot of regulations. I started off working on the cooling pond project, which was our first go at the solidification. There was no one in this local area that had done this before. We worked really hard, and the First Nation companies worked really hard to make that a success. To have the Sydney tar ponds on your resume is not a bad thing.
Sooner or later, somebody had to tackle this problem. I mean, we're talking about mining history from the 1850s to 2001. All those mines, 150 square kilometers of workings. We're going to tackle this head on. We're going to remediate all these sites. We're going to put this land back the way it should be for Cape Bretoners for the future. So we developed a 10-year plan to do it. Initially, it was a 20-year plan. We said, let's do it faster.
Thousands in there, all speckled through. You see the little yolk sacks on the bottom, little brown sacks? Once they're gone, that's the time to release them. 20 years ago, you were lucky to see half of these fish there, you know.
If we had ignored this problem and did nothing, we would have had 2,000 liters per minute of very highly contaminated mine water. It would have overflowed down into ditches or brooks and streams and made its way to the ocean. This plant intercepts the water, collects it, and treats it from a total of 9 mines, 30 billion tons of mine water. All that water comes back, and we've got complete control of it, and we'll protect the environment from the contamination from the coal mines for years to come. Initially, there was some concern. We had some talks back and forth. Once we built that sense of trust, they knew that we were trying to protect the environment and the community.
They went out of their way working with us. Any site that they were going to work on or any job they were going to do, they looked for people's input. Since they put a treatment plant in there, the water quality seems to be improving. You can go there on any day and you can get a speckled trout, you can get a rainbow trout, you can get a brown trout, you might even snag a salmon.
As long as there's water going into the mines, it's going to force contaminated water out. We have 18 official sites now where we have to do long-term care monitoring. We have so much here for mine water researchers to take in. This is like a living laboratory. The idea came forward that, hey, well, maybe we should set up a center of excellence at the university where this technology could be developed, improved, and sold forward into the future. The technological skills here have been developed to protect the environment for the future. We have the skill set to market, and we proved that we could handle the problem that was in front of us.
For me, it's a personal satisfaction to finish a job that my great-grandfather started 100 years ago. The confidence that's gained by working here is easily transferable. We have taken this liability and moved it around to an opportunity.